Okay, welcome to another Premodern League here. Today's actually going to be a combination of two very similar decks. This one, and then I made a couple changes in the second version here we'll look at in a minute, and played another league in that. So it's going to be a kind of a best hits, kind of the most interesting matches in my opinion from the two leagues. We did win a couple of matches in both leagues, at least, so if you really want to know how each version did on the conclusion, I'll go over that in detail like I normally do in all my videos. The conclusion goes over the results. But for now, let's just go over the deck, and then we'll jump into a couple of the more interesting matches, in my opinion, across the two leagues. So the whole deck is based around this card, Skirk Alarmist, and Morph cards. Now I started in Onslaught, that era. Onslaught, Scourge. I think Scourge was the first pre-release I ever played. Onslaught, the first sets I ever bought. It was very little at the time, but it was a lot of fun. I remember this card. A friend of mine had a deck based around this, so I knew I wanted to, in Premodern, try it. What it does is it has haste 1/2, and it turns a morph creature face up and lets it attack. Now, importantly, and this does come up in one game, because I didn't realize this before I started playing with it, does not give the creature haste. Skirk Alarmist has haste, but the creature does not, so you need to play the morph card and then turn it up the next turn. It's actually quite a bit worse than what I thought when I first put this together, but it's still fine. You just have to be aware of that. Now, we're playing a bunch of morph creatures here. There's more than these. There's actually quite a few morph creatures. My favorite was Croson Cloudscraper, from when I was younger here. Let's take a look at that one. But it's a little harder to build around, because you need... why is this not searching? Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Here we go. This is Croson Cloudscraper. This was like one of my favorite cards when I was younger. But you need that green in your upkeep, so I'm not playing that right now. Look at that art. Art doesn't get better than that, does it? Anyway, our first morph creature is Root Elemental, and this one is notably absent in the second version, but it is here. And this one lets you, when you turn it face up with Skirk Alarmist, put a creature from your hand into play. And it's a 6/5, which is pretty nice. So you can use Skirk Alarmist, turn this face up, and then put one of these other morph creatures into play. We've got 4 Silent Specter, and that's obviously a very strong interaction, especially in Premodern. This one I really like because we don't even need Skirk Alarmist for this one. You could just play this for 3, and then when you have 5 mana, courtesy of cards like Ancient Tomb and Dark Ritual in the deck, turn it face up and then swing, and your opponent discards 2. So this one is just solid. Even without Skirk Alarmist, it is very playable. So that's why I gravitated towards this one for starters. Then we've got 4 Imperial Hellkites. It's got Evasion too. Evasion's really nice in this format. And we got Imperial Hellkite. So this one, if you turn it up with Skirk Alarmist, you get another one you can play, and then do it again next turn. So you can kind of just loop these. So with Imperial Hellkite and Skirk Alarmist, you can loop them to swing for 6 in the air every turn, which is very cool because we turn it face up to get another one. And then the last 2 here I played with Rockshard Elemental. So this one's similar to Silent Specter. It costs 6 2 more, which is, again, very doable in a deck with Dark Ritual and Ancient Tomb. And also quite good with Skirk Alarmist. And I just wanted a critical density of cards to put in with Root Elemental, which is the idea here. That's what our suite is. And the second part of the deck is Reanimators. We've got 4 Reanimates and 4 Animate Deads. So when Skirk Alarmist turns the card face up, it sacrifices the end of turn, and then the next turn, we can bring it back. So if we, turn Silent Specter face up, swing for 4, they discard 2 cards, it sacrifices. Next turn, we can either reanimate it or Animate Dead it back into play, which is pretty good. That's the idea there. To support this plan, we got 4 Dark Rituals, which can get out, a turn 1 morph creature, which then we can Skirk it on turn 2. We got 2 Cabal Therapy, and this supports the Reanimator plan. So you can play a creature with morph face down, sack it to Cabal Therapy, and then reanimate it. Similarly, we can Earthquake our creature and reanimate it or Animate Dead it. And of course, goblins and elves are quite good creatures in this decks in this format, so having a sweeper is very nice. For Duress, probably, the best black card in the format, at least for a protection spell, in my opinion. So it's been very good to me. So want 4 of those. Arguably, you could have the 4 therapies and just no earthquakes, but I've seen quite a lot of elves and goblins in leagues, so when it's some sweepers main deck. 1 Grim Lavamancer. This one's kind of a flex slot. I could cut this as the 61st card, but wanted one in here to kind of police the ground a bit. So 3 Ancient Tombs to supplement the 4 Dark Rituals. We, of course, have 4 Sulfurous Springs and 4 Bloodstained Mires to fix our mana, a bunch of swamps and mountains. And then 4 Factories as well. And this one kind of supports the sideboard plan. We'll get to in a second. If you're still here, remember to like and subscribe and all that jazz. All very much appreciated. If you got any ideas for the deck or any other comments about the video, let me know down below. Really happy to hear from people. I'm very curious what people like and don't like, so if you do have a minute, make sure to, think about, when you're watching this, any ideas or thoughts you have. Love to hear that. So the sideboard plan, obviously we've got Animate Dead and Reanimate. We're playing in a format where, like, Survival and Replenish are extremely good. There's plenty of graveyard hate. So I kind of wanted a sideboard pivot into just kind of like a machine head style deck, the black-red aggro. So we got 4 Factories main deck, 1 Grim Lavamancer. Like I said before, the Specter doesn't need any help. You can just play this. 5 mana is very reasonable in this format, especially with Dark Ritual and Ancient Tomb. So keeping that in. But they're boarding in a lot of other cards, like Withered Wretch, which is a staple of the machine head deck. These are just lightning bolts, but the new Final Fantasy art. So lightning bolt, another earthquake as a sweeper, 2 Blazing Specters, a curse scroll, and then 4 hippies. So game 2, if we're expecting a bunch of graveyard hate, the idea was to sideboard into this pivot and go from there. And that was the idea. And then the second version I played was this, which is very similar. I cut the green creature whose name I just forgot that is able to put a creature from your hand into play, the Morph one, and just moved in the hippies, which is the biggest change I made. The idea here was that in order for the other card to be good, you need Skirk Alarmist, the green Morph creature, and another fatty in your hand, and in no disruption. It was just very hard to pull off. I think we did do it once, if I remember right. We'll have to find out in the video, because right now I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, we did. We definitely did. We did pull it off at least once. But it's quite hard. So in the second league, I made that change, and I quite like that. The other card's very good too. I'm just not sure. I think if we were gonna play, and I added some Lavaborn Muses to the sideboard too. That was another bigger change. I like that one. And Terminates. I'm not sure why I wasn't playing Terminate in the first version. Just leaning harder into the machine head pivot is a lot easier too with the hippies main deck. Frees up a bunch of slots, which is nice. Put a curse scroll main deck. I think if I'm going to go back and play this version with the root elemental, I want to play green. Probably cut the Reanimate package, go green. Probably looks quite a bit different. Maybe try Jund. I'm not sure if that really works with the mana base. I think there's room to play around here. Like, this is a powerful interaction here, obviously. And it's 2 mana and 3 mana, so it's not, like, it's very doable. So I'll probably play around with this more in the future. You got ideas, let me know, but that was the big change for this version. Anyway, that's about it. Let me know what you think down in the comments as you watch. And again, remember, this is going to be the mashup of 2 leagues here, kind of the best hits. All right, see you next time. All right, so I accidentally didn't record this one, but I wanted to include it quickly as it probably was the best match, unfortunately, of the whole league. We did some crazy stuff, like game 1 they put in Tempting Worm, and I got one of our 4/3 double strikers. That just trades with the Tempting Worm, like kept going after that, and we reanimated stuff. Very cool stuff going on. I really like this Tempting Worm deck, and it was a lot of fun to play this match. You can kind of look at some of the cards we have here. We went, really back and forth. A bunch of stuff in Exile from the Phyrexian Furnace, turn 11. Really, really back and forth. And the first game, was similar, so did want to include this one because it was really cool. But yeah, unfortunately, just forgot to hit record. All right, see you in the next round that are recording. Okay, yeah, we'll keep that. Islands, sure. Portent, sure. So probably the blue Dreadnought deck, right? I think we just Duress here. Therapy next turn. Counterspell, foil, Flash of Insight. Take Flash of Insight for now. See if they want to therapy this. Counterspell. We're just going to jam stuff now. I'm going to play the Hellkite first in case they counter it, because that one is harder to flip, so I don't really care if they foil this. If they wish to foil this, they may. They do not wish to foil this. All right. Sure. I did not shuffle, which is useful information. So we can Flashback Therapy, hitting the foil, Animate Deading it. Probably is our best play here. It's a reasonable clock. Land, Vision Charm. What does Vision Charm do? Probably gonna get a Dreadnought next turn then. Gush. Yep. Yep. Counterspell. Foil. Pitching Island. Yeah. I'm gonna draw like a Reanimate here. Oh, they got the combo. We're dead. That deck's also really good. I'm just gonna pretend we have an out here. Alright, that was brutal. I think we have to sideboard into our this sort of a plan. Or I can just bring in these specific cards, actually. I don't think the wretches are good enough. Grim Lavamancer can go. Earthquake can go. Rockshard can go. And maybe one Animate Dead. Try that. We had a good start, too. Just kind of petered out. Yeah. I'm going to start on this one so that we can get the Skirk and the factory going next turn. Gush, counterspell, gush, annul. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. Chain of Vapor. Let me take one of the gushes, I guess. Maybe the counterspell was right, I'm not sure. One of those two. Oh. Now I could have hit both of the gushes. Let's see if they let this go. Counterspell. Try this one. I assume they're going to gush in response. Yeah. A null chain of vapor, we just swing. That would be good if I had any creatures. Maybe I just take the chain of vapor. And try and reanimate the Skirk. They want to foil it, they can. Yep. They can counter the Animate Dead, which is annoying. Our clock is very slow without our, like, morph plan. Oh, I did the wrong one. That was stupid. Not again. Not again. Oh, I should have animated it first. I missed 4 points of damage at this point. So if I lose this one, it's entirely on me at this point. That was bizarre. I think we try it again. Let's get this. See what they do here. We'll keep it. Yep. All right. I think we just try and snipe a dreadnought that's in there. Hit. That was good. They gotta find another one now, which they can easily do, but it's something. Counter spell. Okay. What they drew. We want to draw a mana here, obviously. Chain of Vapor. Oh, they got Chain of Vapor, but I think we just play the Specter anyway. Got to get it out of their hand. I got another counter spell, sure. Ooh, that's pretty good. Morph. Do they want to counter this one? You're thinking. Blue. Try and get the Specter back here. What do they have for blue? They have a counterspell? They just draw 3 counterspells in there. Oh, they have a daze. I didn't even know they played daze. Alright, well, fair enough. Opt. Yep. Work cost. I'm gonna attack with that one. See what they do. They have a chain of vapor. I forgot about that. Cancel. Alright, it's pretty good. They don't have a thingy here. We get to morph it. Land. They got Dreadnought. You're going for a Dreadnought? No. See if they've got something. They got something. Assume they're going to do these two. Flash of Insight Foil, yep. Do I hit the Vision Charm, I think is the question. I think we have to hit the Vision Charm. Three. A daze? Vision Charm. Vision Charm and Thwart. Ah. See what they got here. Thwart 2 unknowns. And we attack. What do they got? Chain of paper. Sure. Cancel. All right, now we're in trouble. I think I threw this one away. Two blue. Gosh. Okay. Interesting. Blazing Specter. Days. Keep getting run into by these daisies. Why did I not play the land? I could have played around that. Oh, that was dumb. Do I even have the land here? Yeah, I could have played around that. That was just bad. Just bad play. Let's see what they got. Two blue. Gush. Factory. Yep. Dark Ritual. Think. Yep. We got there. All right, good game. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think we can keep that. Try and find a... Ah, shit. It's a problem. Well, they want to take. Okay. I think we just don't rush it. We'll just play the Duress. Got another Duress and a Bottomless Pit. Beginning of each player's upkeep, that player discards a card at random. I'll take the Duress. Yep. Rats. Okay. See what they got for us. Oh, don't F6, don't F6, don't F6, don't F6, don't F6. Hey, but the Wasteland does if we F6. Not F6. There we go. Sure. That's a problem, though. Oh, is it random? Jeez. Did not realize that was the case here. All right, that's a problem. Okay. Sure. All right. Well, I misplayed by far here. I should have definitely taken this one. Okay. Mistakes were made. Sure. Why not? We're not dead yet. Let's see if they want to swing against us. Forgot about that. Ooh, that's a bad draw for us. We're in trouble now. They can block with the stupid factory. It can start killing our creatures with the scroll, which is also bad for us. I think they're just gonna win this one. Throw an Animate Dead, we have a little bit of a chance. So play a little more. One more draw. I think it's still too late, but I'm gonna take one more draw. 7, 4, yeah, we're just dead. Game 2. That card's really good. I think the Lavaborn Muses are quite good for obvious reasons. Hippie's less good. Try that. Take out the Cabal Therapies. Terminates. Oh, sorry, I had to go for a second. Yeah. Back. Um, keep. Ritual. I kind of want them to kill it, and then we can. Let's see if they kill it somehow. Just playing Morph creatures. Just playing Morph creatures. Morph beatdown. Yep. Sure. Or do we want to Duress first, maybe? They're definitely attacking. I think maybe we Duress first, to be honest. What could they have, though? I think it's really hard to kill in mono black, so I'm just going to do it now. I'll Duress next turn. I don't know how you kill that in mono black. Smother is not going to work. Sure. Dark Ritual. Hippie. Yep. The Rack. Yep. They will lose their cards. Okay. Now we are going to take 4. We could use a mountain. Okay. Not a mountain. All right, that was interesting. Do think we want all of the Terminates and the Smother. The hippies are not that good. I think that's about how I want it. They're probably going to board in the Withered Wretches too. I think it is good enough, but it's not amazing by any stretch. Swap. Dark Ritual. Hippie. Curse Scroll. That's bad for us too. Furnace. Okay. Swamp. Okay. That's a problem. Not sure we beat this hand. Might as well get our damage in. We gotta draw a fatty. Phyrexian Furnace is quite good against us. Can almost cast the Imperial Hellkite. Our Reanimate's basically dead from this. Swamp at random. That's useless. 4, 5, 6. We can almost hardcast the Hellkite. Yep. 2. No. Ugh. Any order? No. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual, please. That's not ideal either. 4, 5, 6. We need specifically a mountain, too. Mountain. Mountain. Ravenous Rats. Okay. Yeah, the Phyrexian Furnace is doing a lot of work against us. We'd be completely fine if it wasn't for the Furnace. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Mountain. 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 Yeah, curse. Phyrexian Furnace really housing us here. Mountain. 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 Planar Void. What does Planar Void do? We're about to find out. Graveyard Hate. Okay. Mountain. 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 Is there any point of playing it? I think I just hold it, right? Curse Scroll's so good. Mountain. Mountain. Maybe mountain. Alright, let's see. Sure. Mountain. Cast. We got our mountain. Ancient Tomb would let us play a second one. Factory is not bad. I don't think there's any reason to play out the Hellkite here. What do they got? Swamp. They all have swamps. Yeah. Sure. Dark Ritual. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast our Imperial Hellkite. The Wreck. Oh, that's bad for us. We might lose this now. I think we do lose this, unfortunately. Yeah. Can't believe we're going to lose that. Yeah, and then they just kill us with this. Curse Scroll. Surprised we lost that one. Okay, here we go. And you know, mana's not good enough there. I think that one was close. I think I'm going to 5 though. Keep. Try that. Don't want any more land, so we're just going to go and get a swamp here. And play our Curse Scroll. No possible play at all. Swamp, Duress. Oh, it's Reanimator. Fair enough. Randomly discard a fatty, please. I feel like they're going to reanimate that. If they don't, I will be quite happy. Yep, they reanimated that. That's a problem. Yep. Yep. Got a fatty for me? Mm-hmm. That's a problem. All right. Let's give this a whirl. keep that one. Would like to, but we don't have the swamp for the Duress. Well, this was a weird game. Do I Duress first? Yes. So... Need to get beats down. Sure. I guess not. Fair enough. They can reanimate that, which is actually pretty bad for us. They've got to reanimate. They can do it. They might be tempted. All right. Do I want the Terminates? I feel like some of their creatures I can just terminate. Maybe on the draw it's worth it. Try something like that. Sure. Okay, we got there. Okay, here we go. On the play. Yeah, I think that's fine. We want to draw another creature, obviously, but turn one, Duress. You know, we got stuff to do. See what they're playing over there. Okay. Oh, we can't hit the birds. I guess we just swing here. We want to find a land, then we can do things. Plains, full of roots. Yeah. Okay, they got a library. That's not good for us. That's bad too. We didn't get a land. We really needed a land there. Oh, Wooded Foothills and Cradle. Okay. Yeah, not bricking there in the land was very bad. So, see how this goes. Did not like their cards. Okay, well that's also very bad for us. Mm-hmm. Land. Dark Ritual, close enough. Okay. Took one. What did they find? Yep. Library gets Squee. I assume. Anger. Oh, Anger gets... This seems like we're dead. Yep. Might be able to reanimate the Squee. I think we have to reanimate the Squee to try and turn off their engine. Um, Yeah, I think we take this squee to turn off their engine. And then I guess we do... We could reanimate the Anger or the Wall of Roots. Does that help us in any way? Maybe, to be honest. Let's take the Anger. And they can just block here, so that doesn't do anything. So we'll just pass and try and draw a Skirk Alarmist. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. Sure. Animate Dead. That's interesting, but we can't use it too well right now. And wipe out this part of the board. That gives them back their squee. I don't love. Tough one. I think we do have to Wrath here, unfortunately. I assume they have another deranged hermit, and that just lets them do this again. Yeah. Giving them back the squee is pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Exalted Angel, that's a bad one. Let's try this. We won't attack now. Ooh, that's a problem. The Exalted Angel life gain is going to kill us anyway. Before anything else does. We just bricked for too long. Mm-hmm. Yep. That'll kill us next turn for sure. I don't think that does it. But give it the old college try. Oh, I could have blown up the survival. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. I can just block all my guys, and we will be short. But I will show you that I'm short. That life gain got us pretty good. Oh, the swords was a problem as well. We can only deal 6 damage anyway. Cabal's pretty good. I like this card from Onslaught. I didn't play it, but I remember being one of my favorites. Okay, so it was terrible. It was a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be. I think we are gonna board into the kind of aggro-y plan here. Take out the Skirks. Take out the roots. Take out these guys. We don't really want any of this either, really, do we? I think we leave in They have swords as their removal, which is a little annoying. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, I think it's fine. Survival, Sylvan Library. We'll take the survival. Brushland, birds. Yep. Just Duress them again. Take. Take the library. We draw another land. We can morph this and then turn it up. Yep. Now the other will avert. Okay. Yeah. Awkward. Don't think we want to burn our Dark Ritual yet, do we? We might need a little more mana in this deck. Yep. They want it in the graveyard, but we can't just take a billion damage either, so. I think that's good enough to warrant playing stuff. Cradle's a bad one for us. I might as well play that, yeah. We are stuck on mana, for sure. They have way too much time to draw out of this. Oh, I could have animated the... No, I can't, because they can just pop this. Yeah, that's bad. They're a little late. Do I want to do Withered Wretch, or do I want to just try and get the Specter going? I think we need the clock, to be honest. Can't stop any sort of chain next turn anyway. But we could draw a Dark Ritual, and all of a sudden we're attacking for 6. Oh, they got a creature. That's bad. This card is very good. This card's solid, but without this card, this is the broken card. Interesting. That's actually really good against us. We had to get rid of the graveyard stuff first. Oh, it is a creature. Fair enough. I think boarding into our other plan here is not a good idea. The survival card is just too bonkers against us. We can't deal with this. Okay. Bolt it. Let's start with this. If they mess up and let us reanimate the angel, that's very good. I assume they're just gonna pop their thingy. Yeah. Thing is, they can just like turn creatures into fatties, and our fatties are better than ours. So I'm not sure how we ever win this one. All right. We skip our next combat, which is annoying. Not much we can do about that. I think we might as well play it and thin our deck a bit. Yeah, we can't swing here. That one's not bad. A 2/4, right? Yeah. No, they get the search. All right, we're probably dead then. They just get Cabal. I think if we chump block here and we draw a lightning bolt, we can do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 exactly. Deranged Hermit, yeah. So I think we chump block. No, but they can block with birds. Doesn't even work. I think I am gonna block just. I might as well. That's a bad draw. See if they forget about the birds. They did not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ten damage. What? What happened? Why did we win? Why did we win? I don't really understand what happened there. I think we're going to board back into our crazy plan. Just because our other plan is too slow and Dirtly doesn't do anything. But we are going to make some changes. Like, these have been embarrassing. I think the specters are not needed. They just dump their hand too quickly. Like, I think the early discard's reasonable, but not the late ones. Um, This one does just kind of get gummed up on the ground by blockers, doesn't it? The Wretch is pretty good, though. It's kind of like a... It's only pretty good if lots of stuff goes my way. Let's try that. That doesn't do anything. That also doesn't do anything. Oh boy. I think it could be a keep, though. On the draw. Got to get a little lucky here. Excellent. Sure. Yep. That card's good against that card. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yep. Ooh, okay, we're dead. Windswept Heath. All right. Not feeling good about this. Yeah. Ah, crap. Realizing I should not have just... I don't know. F6 here, we can't actually do anything. Yep. If we draw a Think Flying Fatty, we can Skirk Alarm this into a dude and block that thing, which could be interesting. Yeah. Alright, we're in trouble now. Oh, that is something. We can't swing, though. Yeah, our combat step is skipped. That seems problematic. Trigger. There. Block it. Yeah, as well as roots. Deranged Hermit. Fine. You got it. Interesting. I think we just play this down. Not having flying is pretty big here, but oh well. What can they do? I think Lightning Bolt might win it now. As long, oh, no, they have plenty of flyers. They can just go grab a flyer. No. Crap. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. One time. Or we boarded out the earthquakes, right? Okay, we have no earthquakes, but we got 3. No, we don't have our lightning bolts. Okay. Can't win. Did I punt there? Maybe I did. Oh boy. They've got 4 2/2s. Can they give anything haste? No, I think we swing. Swords. Got it. Oh, we're running out of time. I don't think we can really win this anyway, but with the Sisay in play. Come on, yeah. That swords was too strong. We actually had a chance without the swords, to be honest. If we would have drawn a bolt, not a reanimate. That will kill us. I'm just going to let it play out since it's kind of silly. It's going to get huge. Yep. We can do it again. Fair enough. All right, they got it. Okay, here we go. Yes. Let's see. I cannot keep that. Yep, that we can keep. I like it on 7. On 6, little riskier. I think we put the therapy back. All right, let's start with the factory. Gemstone Mine. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Careful study. Graveyard deck. Want to draw my Reanimate now. That's a problem. Reanimate. Reanimate or Animate Dead would be great draws. That is not a great draw. Want my Cabal Therapy back. The Cabal Therapy would be amazing here with the factory. So I made the go for Reanimate, and then if they don't, or Animate Dead, they don't have it, we could just go for Reanimate. I think a Chroma just blanks all of our guys. Protection from black and from red. So yeah, Chroma's a problem. Yep. Looks like they don't have the Reanimate yet, which is good news for us. Let's just nuke their hand. They can't block, right? Wait. Oh, it doesn't give it haste. Oh, whoops. All right, that was a punt. Wowzers. Okay. All right, well, that's a good one. Let's take a Chroma. Oh, wait, that gun's just going to fall off right away? Oh, boy. Not my day. Not my day. Not my opponent's day either, apparently, though. Um, not going to make the same mistake again. That one, +1, +1. Alright. This is a big turn for them. They need a draw here. Mm-hmm. Animate Dead. Sure. Yes. That one can't block. That one has trample. We can swing with this one. Okay. Let's see what they draw. Reanimate gets tricky at this point. They go up to 10. Like, they can reanimate something, but... Guess the Hellkite. So... They can block one creature. There's protection from black. That... And can't block. That one can block. Why did I think this couldn't block? Well, they no longer have threshold. So I don't think it matters. This can block. Right now it doesn't have flying though, and they discard a card to give it flying, and it can't block. So what do we have that can fly? So I think we just morph this. Yes. I'm not playing around Lightning Bolt. Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Haste doesn't actually... So... I think this just wins, but let's just see. Unless they got something tricky up their sleeve. Yep. Alright. That was bizarre, but we got there. I think we want to change into our sideboard plan here. But we keep all of the other stuff. It's like a burn spell, basically. We have to play one more because we're playing 61. All right, let's try that. Yep. It's not bad. Well, they can turn one a creature with this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to beat, and or impossible. I think that's just too fast for us. I think we have to try and get lucky, and we they draw a fatty, and we reanimate it, kind of thing. This does change our clock, but I think the other option is just to try and get 7 power into play. Mm-hmm. I don't think we can get 7 power into play, unfortunately. Grim Lavamancer would do it. Now we got a chump block, don't we? Yeah, I think that's still our potential out here. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what they drew creature-wise. Because if they didn't draw a creature, we can only keep chump blocking. We don't have... Oh, it's a 6 now. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So we just play this. Now, does this work? They swing. Black. Dark Ritual. Oh, crap. Did they draw a Phantom Neshoba? Or, yeah, this thing. Okay, well, I screwed up. I would have attacked, I would have won then. Alright. Interesting. Wait. Oh, right. Alright, so we died. Hmm. Do we like our plan here? Or do we want to change things up? I think the Earthquake is just terrible. I think this is probably still right. Because we definitely want... I don't know. Keep... Alright, so how do we sequence this, though? I think we have to Duress first. I think that's too scary letting them just play stuff out. Dark Ritual. We're gonna City of Brass, Putrid Imp. Yep. Land. Dark Ritual. Hippie. Want a burn spell to force the Putrid Imp discard. Gemstone. They got a worm. City of Brass. Yep. Putrid Imp. Alright, worm. Give me a worm. Not a worm. I want a graveyard hate card. Why are they playing out their lands? Alright. I didn't want to win this game anyway. Worm, 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 worm. Okay. So I played horrendously, and I still won, which was pretty fun. um, yeah, it was bad, but I got there. I guess learned a lot. Definitely learned a lot. Okay, so pretty good. We went 2-3 in both leagues, even with and without the changes. Did not break the format, obviously, but it was competitive enough, in these, pre-modern leagues of Magic Online that are pretty competitive. I mean, people have to queue up with prizes and whatnot, with entry, and there's prizes and whatnot. I mean, so 2-3 with the brew, I don't think is a bad result at all. I think that's, completely fine. Obviously, I wouldn't play this in a challenge or like LobsterCon or something. So, but I think like at the local level, if you want to try and brew around the Morph Skirk Alarmist shell and red, black, or Jund, it's very doable, and you can have some fun and win some matches. But again, I don't think I cracked it either. We had some very tough matchups, um, for sure. Burn was really tough between Ancient Tomb and Reanimate. Um, that is just a very tough matchup. So one to think about. There might be a version right now. Exalted Angel is like very expensive on Magic Online, but there might be like a white version where you play like Skirk Alarmist Exalted, like maybe red, white, black, or something like that to try and hedge against that, that issue we got there. Maybe one for the future. But yeah, no, it seemed reasonable. I think I do like this red black version more. I like the kind of the mid-rangey plan. I think even making it more mid-rangey is might be how I would want to go. So like maybe cut the rock shards. I think I'd actually cut the reanimate before the animate dead, to be honest. The reanimate, the life loss is just so severe. I think maybe like cut these, play Curse Scroll is so good too. That's a problem. We lost a couple of games, maybe even matches, probably matches to Curse Scroll specifically. So I want some like artifact hate in the deck. That seems like a mistake. Got ideas for that? Let me know, because the Duress on the draw won't do anything. They can just draw it. That's a tough one, because the Curse Scroll is really good against us. It hits our hippies. It hits Blazing Specter. It hits Skirk Alarmist, Grim Lavamancer. And we can't answer it, so it just hits our face too, which is bad with the Reanimate and the Ancient Tombs. And not just Burn that plays Curse Scroll, it's also like some of the mono black decks play it too. I feel like we're pretty good against mono black except for this card, so I think we need to figure out how to hedge that somehow. And again, the white version, I guess, with Exalted Angel could help there. I don't know. One to think about. I think the other option would be to, you know, I like that. Yeah. All right. Well, that's about it. Remember to like, subscribe, all that jazz. And you got ideas for the deck, or if you've tried Skirk Alarmist before, let me know. Happy to, be curious to hear what other people's experiences are. And see you next time.